Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Today's topic is not rebooking clients, it's throwing money away. So it's good to be back on here. I haven't been on here since the Christmas break. I was on live on Thursday and then I'm back at it. So welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Very excited. It's like every time I get on, it takes a while for people to come on again. Like if I'm streaming every single day, then it's like the algorithm or something knows when I'm on and it tells people. But like if I take a break for a few days, then it's like choppy and then it waits. So it's just something funny. Charlemagne Love 73 said, "Hi, I love the pads I got." Oh, I'm so happy. I'm gonna put that as a review. Take a picture of it. Thank you so much for letting me know, and I'm so glad you are loving the pads. Yeah, I'd love to hear that. Yeah, so I will probably post that because I'll be talking about pads maybe January. Hey, Minty Massage. Hey. How are you? Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. All right. It is great to be back. I missed you guys. Missed going live. But I was taking some time off. It's the holidays. I hope you guys had great holidays. Got to spend time with family, or if you're not going to see family, because we didn't see my family in Arizona. We usually do. So whatever you did, I hope it was fun, peaceful. I love the holidays. I feel like I get rejuvenated and everything. So yeah, hope you had great holidays. Okay, I'm gonna go into our announcements. I think I only have, so my pump is going to beep probably this whole time because my pump's upstairs. For those of you, I wear a insulin pump. And my husband's in a meeting on the phone upstairs, so I'm not going to go up there. So that's the beeping that you will hear throughout the show today. I have a few announcements to go over, and then we will go into the topic of rebooking. So the topic was scheduled to be about booking clients and casual conversations, but last time I was on here, we talked about booking systems and the importance of them. And so I was like, you know what? I think we need to stick with the importance of rebooking and me to explain why you're throwing away money if you're not rebooking. And you really shouldn't just rely on a client rebooking you on their, sorry, my throat. Oh my gosh, a lot going on. Hold on. So you don't want to rely on just clients booking on their own. You really want to have a plan set up to rebook them yourselves. And if you're not doing that, you are throwing away money. And I'm going to talk about that in depth, talk a little bit about how to set it up in your booking system, and then talk about ways to bring it up in the salon. So that's what today's show is about. And this works, if you're not in a salon, if you're mobile, that kind of thing. First announcement, if you need help. So all of December has been about helping estheticians, help you guys attract clients, improve your income, gain more clientele. We talked about upselling on the show and how to get over the fear of upselling other services or other products. So all of December has been fully about, this is going to drive me crazy, but I'm not going to go upstairs and get it. I may go upstairs and get it if he's done with this call. Has been all about improving your income, attracting clients, and all that. If you need specific help, like some of you have questions and are like, "Hey, Spring Blue, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. How are you?" If you have questions or, and not just on attracting clients, but also like what products to recommend for your clients, or if you're dealing with certain situations with clients and you need help with, I can help you through Pick My Brain calls. I do them on Tuesday. and they are an hour long, and we go over whatever you need to go over. And one thing I like to stress when I talk about these Pick My Brain calls, because I don't feel like it's like other coaching calls or stuff like that, like it is interactive. So if you need help on the computer, then you can schedule a call. Well, the first call will probably be us talking about it, and then the second call will be us working on the computer together to set up whatever you need set up. So say you are having trouble with your booking system and you didn't do the mini course, then we can go in it together and work out some things. Or if you're having trouble with your email, some of you have told me, like, I'm just having trouble with the basic Gmail, and I can help you with that. Or if you're having struggles with all kinds of things, writing emails about waxing, skincare that also sell as well, I give the emails that I've created as a template, and then we put in your information in. So there's a lot of things I can help you with. Those are just some like examples of technical things I can help you with, but also if you need a strategy for attracting clients, getting new clients, rebooking specifically to you. So what I do on here is I give general information that's helped me from my experience, but sometimes you guys need like specific help, and that's what I can do. So that's the first announcement. You can click the link in the bio to book a Pick My Brain call. It's like as soon as I got on here, my throat started doing this. Okay, so second announcement is the mini course. I have been talking about this for the whole month of December, and it's the last few days that it is on sale. It ends, which is crazy that Friday is New Year's Eve. Saturday will be the 1st, and we will officially be in 2021. There was some meme I saw that was like, y'all, let's go into 2001 quietly and don't touch anything. We're not trying to have this another 2020. So yes, the mini course is still available on sale, and I want to talk a little bit about what it is included. I posted something recently that was like, if you like things organized and you like worksheets and you like modules, because I'm like that. When I do things, I like to have things organized. Like, even I'm reading some books right now and going through, and I like worksheets. I like things to be in order. The book I'm working on right now, it's not business related. It's a personal development book, but it has like weekly things. It's like a 7-week program, and there's weekly homework and stuff like that. And some of you really like that. You like the structure. You like having videos along with worksheets. You like homework because it helps you stay accountable and get things done. That's how I am. I don't know if any of you guys are like that, but that's what the mini course is about. That is how it's set up. So it is 5 modules, and it's for 15 days. So every 3 days you get a module, and it goes into creating. The first module is creating digital price sheets. And I've been talking about this a lot on the show, but you need to have or know how to create digital price sheets. And the reason being, there's a lot of reasons being, but one of the main ones is, hey, Secret Reveal Studio, welcome to the Waxing Show. One of the big things is when you are talking with people about your services, and they want your business card or they want something from you, if you just give them a physical card, that's great, but the chances of them losing it are high, and then you have no way to contact them unless you ask for their number. But we want to make things easy, so having a digital price sheet is great, because if somebody is interested in your services, you can just email them or text them your digital price list. Be like, hey, this is my list, I have a whole script in the mini course of what to say. And then you give it to them, and then you can follow up with them a few days later. So that way you can solidify the client and booking them. So in module 1, we go through Canva. I know a lot of you may know about Canva. Usually when I'm on the show, a lot of you say, oh, I know Canva, but you guys just need help with it. So one thing I did in module 1 is go video. I don't know if it's 2 long videos or 1 long video, but the videos are long. But they go into what to do. Like, okay, you're going to click this, you're going to do this, you're going to now do this. And this is the reason why. Because I like to know the why behind what I'm doing. And I'm guessing you like to know that too. It's just important to know sometimes the why. Like, there's a reason why I put so much, a certain type of information on the digital price sheets, right? Because I've tested it out, I've seen what's worked, and I tell you why that works. And so it's just going to set you up to be successful. And it's also going to be a step-by-step tutorial. So that's the first module. The second module is booking systems, which we're talking about today, rebooking clients. I know in my other shows, a lot of you say, oh, I have a booking system. I love Acuity. That's what I use, Acuity. It is great. I've had a lot of success with it. There's so many options with it, and I do a step-by-step tutorial on how to use it. I think every professional should have a booking system. It's easier. It's going to save you time, save your mental health, and it's something that is worth the investment. Acuity does have a free option. Their second option that isn't free is really good. That's what I use, and I really enjoy it. You guys have booked it for Pick My Brain calls. It works well. Works well for salon services. And in the second module, I show you how to set up your services and your descriptions, and then put them into Acuity. And then also, we talked about this earlier in December. I know some of you are new. Some of those videos are up. Some of them are digital products if you want to go back and check them out. But in the upsell part, if you struggle with upsell and you didn't buy the upsell course that I have, you can put your upsells into Acuity. Hey, Skin, oh, let me see, can't see. Skin with Brooklyn, welcome to the Boxing Show. So if you're struggling with upselling and you're working on getting over your fears, which I highly recommend the upsell class and the worksheet. But if you're still working on that, then put your upsells in your Acuity. So that way when people book a service with you, they get the option to book more services with you. So they're used to it. And then get used to asking them in the salon, hey, would you like to get the service? And then I show you guys other ways to add it to the ticket, because that's a good way to make money. It's also a good way to serve them, right? We're not just here to make money. We're fulfilling our purpose. So that's the second module. The third module is networking with others. And it's exactly what I did in the beginning when I started my salon to get clients. And this works so well. It doesn't cost anything. I was just telling someone, it doesn't cost you anything to do this. It just costs you time. And what makes it different from what I've seen other people, doing as far as working with people of influence is they pick people with grand audiences sometimes, and that does not always mean that you will get clients from them. So I show you in module 3 how to pick the people that you want. You'll be surprised that they're not like these big celebrities. I literally had a big celebrity working with me, and we were doing a contract, agreement to get clients. And it didn't go as well as me working with somebody who was local. So there are certain things that you want to look for when you're working with people. And that is a great way to get clients. And it doesn't cost you money, right? And the return is so high. I heard like the other day, somebody's like, word of mouth is dead. I don't think it's dead. I think you're just not finding that person who said that. I don't even remember where I heard it because I listen to so much stuff. But that person isn't talking to the right people. Like, you have to know that the person that you are, doing these contracts with are speaking with the right people. So I help you do that. And then also, if you're in a salon suite or a Phoenix suite or a Sola suite or something like that, you want to get all those people around you to tell their clients about you. There are so many reasons why, but the main reason is they're used to paying money for those kind of services. So paying money for your services is not a big deal. So I go into how to do that because I was very good at that. I got a lot of recommendations and referrals from the salon owners around me. And then when somebody I was hanging out with saw what I was doing, they were like, oh my gosh, that's a good idea. I wish I would have thought of that when I moved in. And I was like, you can still do it. You should do it. So that's the third module. And the one thing about all these modules is they have homework, and I highly recommend you do the homework when you get it, because that's what it's all about, right? Accountability, actually doing the work, getting things done. Do it. The fourth part of the module is following up. If you've been following me a while, you know that is the way to keep your books full, is following up with your clients. I have so many videos and so many 3B waxing shows where I talk about following up. I gave you guys 2 weeks ago a challenge, like go follow up with these many clients and say this. So you should be following up with your clients. But in that module, I give the actual system that I use. It's a full-on system, so you can take what you want and do all of it, but the full-on system of following up with the scripts and everything. So I do have, like, if you go to 3bwaxing.com, you get because it comes with like a worksheet, not a worksheet, like a printable of the different scripts. But so that's one part of it. But in the full module, you get that and you get the whole system. And I explain all through it. And yeah. So that's the fourth module. The fifth one is getting your friends and family to pay your prices and getting them to be on board with you as a service provider. I see this all the time. I literally saw this from somebody I know personally. And they were like, something about your friends and family aren't your target audience. And that may be true, but that doesn't mean that you can't have them as clients. So in the module, I go into how to reach out to your friends and family to set the stage of like, hey, I'm expecting you to pay my prices and get my services. Because a lot of you say that the problem that you have with friends and family is that they're expecting things for free. And so you just need to set the standard in the beginning, and then you won't have that problem. So that's the mini course. 5 modules, organized. This week is the last week, again, to get it on sale. And yeah, some of you really need it. And you will like the format of it. I know I love the format. What I recommend is probably get a notebook, like if you have a notebook at home, and then put all the sheets that come with it, because you can print out all the sheets. And then take your notes and then keep the sheets in a little folder in your notebook. That's how I think of when I'm doing classes and courses and stuff. Or you could just do it like a clear one. But anyways, so if you click link in the bio, that is the first button. The price will go up January 1st, so you definitely want to get in now. Yeah, it's going to be even more and more. I may go up and take it. So that is the second announcement. The third announcement is I sent off pads yesterday, and I will send off pads tomorrow. So thank you for all the orders. If you order today, I will send those out tomorrow. If you order any Skin Script or PCA products, I will send those out. Or I sent those out yesterday, but any more I will send out tomorrow. And most of you guys are salon professionals, so you didn't order some of you ordered wholesale pads, but most of you didn't order. But I'd like to put that announcement in there because I know a few of you are not salon professionals and you want to know where your product is. Okay. So we're going to get into the topic. I'm going to do the intro for those of you who are new. I know there's a lot of new people that came through the weekend from Christmas. I ran an ad. Well, I run an ad every day, but I ran a Facebook ad / Instagram ad this weekend and during Christmas. So a lot of you are saw the ad and then came through. So welcome, and I will officially welcome you. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. And so you remember, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I am Becca, a pro waxer, skin therapist, and licensed esthetician since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and products. I have my own product line, which is my exfoliating pads. I have some acne and ingrown pads here. And then the fruit enzyme pad. Shout out to the review that I got recently. The acne ingrown pads and the fruit enzyme pads. They are chemical exfoliants, so they are good for sensitive skin. You can use them on your face, body, and bikini line, and I do wholesale them to other estheticians. We officially are now out of the country, so I can now wholesale to you out of the country. There's some things though that we have to talk about. So if you're interested, just email me at 3bwaxing@gmail.com. We are officially in Trinidad. Hey, I didn't see her come through, so I'll shout her out if she comes through. But the pads have been sold all over the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and I usually say the Netherlands, but we've been having trouble with packaging for the Netherlands. I have another one out there. So I am going to still, I don't know if I'll say it, but I'll say Trinidad now. So all over the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and Trinidad. And then if the Netherlands, the second one that we have out right now, if it goes through fully, then I'll put Netherlands back in. But I help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, attract clients, and improve their waxing technique. Some things that you may want to know about me. To be like, you know what? This sounds good, but why should I listen to her? Well, I've been the regional wax trainer for a large waxing franchise, and the lead esthetician and pro waxer at a high-end gym in Newport Beach, California. So companies hire me to teach their estheticians to do this stuff. So rebooking, waxing, not so much attracting clients, but like keeping your clients and retailing. My top thing is I'm a really good retailer in the salon. If you want to know when I go live about this information, so any information about attracting clients, increasing your income, all that stuff, if you want me to send you tips to your email, like I've been sending every single day tips to the salon tea. Hey, microblading Detroit, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I've been sending tips to the salon tea every single day this month, giving you tips on how to increase your income in your salon, rebook, follow up with clients, all different kinds of things. Over the weekend, I gave you guys a full example on how to follow up with your clients to gain sales. And it's something I use that same weekend to get sales because I'm not in the salon right now. But I still use it for my products. I still do the same stuff. So I gave you guys exactly what I did. So if you're on salon tea, you're getting the gems first and for free, and then you also get to know when I go live. And then if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can always do Pick My Brain calls, and if I have any sales on the Pick My Brain calls, I send it to the salon tea first. If you're following me and you're like, I'm just here for waxing information, I would like to get waxed by you, or I would like to wax myself, and you teach me how to wax myself, or you're like, I'm interested in getting waxed where I'm at, but I need to know more information, and I need something to exfoliate my skin with, join the Waxing Lounge. I send information to the Waxing Lounge often about waxing. And then if you are interested in skincare tips, skincare ingredients, because one thing I pride myself on is that I teach my clients about skincare ingredients, and not just skincare products. That way they can make educated, my goal is that you are making educated decisions on what you need for your skin, so you can join the lab. All those are on Instagram. Click the link in the bio at 3B Waxing, and you will find the button to join either the salon team, the wax lounge, or the lab. The lab's the one for skincare, if I didn't say that earlier. All right, content. Let me get the actual thing going. Okay, not rebooking clients is throwing money away. Who's rebooking clients regularly? If you just want to shout out, who's not? Who needs help with that, actually? That's the question I need to ask. I rephrase that. Who needs help with that? Because I know what I'm going to say, but I can guide my content today towards that. So, this is something I noticed with people that started their business at the same time I did, what they were doing. And I noticed that I was doing this and they weren't. And I was like, oh, I am keeping money in my pocket, or I'm keeping my business successful. Because I like to see what other people do. Mostly because I think people underestimate me anyways. And it kind of just feels good. I'm like, oh, okay. But I was rebooking people. Rebooking is so important. Whether you are a waxer, a facialist, a lash tech, a nail tech, a massage therapist, anything, housekeeper, anything, you should be rebooking. You are literally throwing away money. And I know I keep saying that, but I'm gonna go in deeper into this. So, when you're working for somebody else, you're not really required to rebook your clients, right? You have the front desk that's going to do it for you, or you are just under the umbrella of that company. I worked at one place where you had to rebook your own clients, and then you had to get your own clients and rebook them. And then you had to, at another place, I had to teach the other estheticians how to rebook their clients, even though they weren't doing the rebooking, how to set it up themselves. And that was such a huge thing that I learned. And it makes me think of, the reason I thought of this is because I knew a girl I was working with. She was really good at having her clients rebook her. And I was really good at retail, but I wasn't good at what she was good at, and she wasn't good at retail. So we swapped, like, teaching each other stuff, and it worked really well. It worked really well. And that's something in the, I posted that Dominate the Spa Industry ebook. That's in there. That's one of the tips, is if you're working with somebody, or even if you're not working with them and they know how to do something, and you have something they want to do, switch with them. Just be like, hey, let's switch. Hey, International by Design. Intentional by Design. Yeah, sorry about that. I looked at that really quickly. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. So, that's where I was really like, okay, I need to get good at rebooking. So whether you're working for somebody else or you're working on your own, rebooking. And then also, I emailed you guys a video on yesterday. Talking about the things that you need to master before you have your own salon suite. One of them is rebooking your clients. If you know how to rebook, you could have 25 clients and then rebook them all, or 90% of them, and you are doing really well every month. And so really you just need to add people onto that, a few people onto that. You don't need to always be getting new clients. Obviously people fall off and stuff like that, but for the most part, you know how to rebook. So you may be like, my clients rebook. They are quick to rebook, and I may not know that they're going to be on the schedule the next month, but they always wind up doing it. And I agree with you. I'm like, you know what? That's a good way to be. It's like you have confidence in your rebooking. And I get it. Like, when I don't feel like rebooking, I'm like, I know they will rebook. The thing about it is you kind of want to guarantee or kind of see your books before that month comes along. You want to see who's on there, how much you're going to have to work, kind of see your money on your books before it actually comes through. And then it also gets people in the habit of seeing you consistently. Because I have regular clients that I see every 2 weeks, or I see them every 3 weeks, we are used to seeing each other every 2 weeks. So if there's a lag time in anything, it's weird. That's how you want things to be. You want your clients to be like, I haven't seen you in so long. This is strange. Also, people are very busy. I live in California, so we know people are just busy here. But people are very busy and they forget. Yes, they know that they need to get their upper lip waxed all the time. They know that. They see it in the mirror. They know, but things come up. So it is just best to be like, hey, let's just put this on the books for sure. So that way you don't even have to think about it. You get the reminders, you know when to come in, bada. So that is the reason why it's important. You have to be rebooking. I'm going to go into some ways to rebook. I'll go into 2 into detail. Or we'll go into like scripts, scripts. So, say you are new to your salon, or say you're not new to your salon. Say you just have your salon suite, you have your clients, but you aren't rebooking. You're just kind of like, some people rebook, some people don't. You're kind of busy, but not really busy. You really don't know what to say. You kind of get a little nervous when it's time to rebook them. So I'm going to give you a whole strategy right now on how to change things for 2021 so that you can rebook your clients. You're going to want to get your pieces of paper out for this. This is good. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is, actually I'm going to write it out while I'm talking to you. Oh, dang it, I didn't even bring a whiteboard. I have a whiteboard. I didn't bring a marker. While you're getting your notes, I'm going to get the whiteboard so we can go through this together. All right. I probably will go upstairs at some point too to get my insulin pump because it keeps beeping. For those of you just joined. Okay, so rebooking for 2021. We're going to do a whole strategy here. So, you're like, Becca, I'm having trouble rebooking my clients consistently. Like, I get scared. I am fearful of how to say it. I don't even know what to say. This is for you. This is for you. Rebooking 2021. All right. So there's a few steps that you're going to need to follow. Okay, so I don't have the filter yet. Somebody mentioned it in one of the 3B waxing shows. I didn't get it. You just can screenshot it and then flip it to have it read correctly. So the first thing you need to do, and I've done this so many different times that there's so many different ways you can do it. So I'm deciding on what kind of strategy I want to give you guys today. So we're going to use the current climate. She said, that's funny. I just asked my daughter, was that her phone? Oh my gosh. She must have an Omnipod. That is too funny. Yeah, I'm over here beeping. It's funny, like, when I play back the video sometimes, it'll be beepy, and then I'll be like, I swear I just put one on. And then, yeah, it'll be the video. That's so funny. Welcome to the Waxing Show, by the way. Okay, so you want to send out an email. You're going to send out an email to all your clients. Hopefully you have email lists that you've been keeping all their emails this whole time. If you don't, you can just text them all, or you can just email them individually as a newsletter. So it's going to be a newsletter. And in this newsletter, you are going to talk about the positive things that happened in your business for 2020. Positive things that happened in your business for 2020. The reason being because people don't want to hear about the negative stuff. Like, you want to be the positive in people's life. There's so much negativity. I'm not even on, like, I'm on social media because I serve on social media. Like, I give the show, I give posts to help you guys, but I'm not really on it like that. Like, if I am, I'm looking at stuff about business or things to improve myself, but I don't really see the news. Y'all, I do look at the news from time to time. I did today, and I didn't realize it was just a lot of negativity that I went to this rabbit hole today, and I was like, ugh, I can't do this. And I know there's a lot of people out there who see it all the time. So we just want to talk about positive things in the beginning. Then you're going to talk about some things that you're going to do in your business for 2021 that are going to help your clients. So 2021 plans that will benefit your client. So that can either be, you are going to, anything new you got. So say you took a class, a lot of you take Dr. Lash's Aesthetics, Vajacial, or Intimate Skincare class. Say you took that, you could put that in there in your email, like, hey, I'm now offering this to lighten up, blah, blah, blah. I'm so excited, blah, 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 blah. Say you started wholesaling the pads, and you're like, you know what, I'm now offering retail. Now you guys can work on your skin at home, or you got a new wax pad, and you're like, I got a new wax pad, so now it's going to be easier to wax you, like, whatever that you improved in your business this year that's going to be great for them for 2021, you want to put into the second part of the email. Then we all are in an unknown time. So this is going to work for everybody. We all are in an unknown time. So the next part you're going to put is, I'm creating this as I'm with you. So you want to say, because times are uncertain and lockdowns are unsure, I'm encouraging my clients to book in advance to make sure they get spots. And so basically you're just making sure they get bookings and spots. So if there's a shutdown, they have a spot, and then, you close down. I want to use a better example. I know I'm using what's going on right now, but I would like to use one of the examples that I've used in the past. Because I have so many, but I didn't look them up before because I wasn't expecting on giving you guys a whole strategy. But let me just, you'll come to me of, hey, Skin Grinding 101. Welcome to the Thippy Waxing Show. I've used so many different things that got it. Because the lockdown was uncertain, right? And people weren't consistent with their services. You're going to say that part, and then you're going to say, I would like to get all my clients consistent with whatever you do. I would like you to be, everyone to be consistent. So I'm encouraging you to rebook your services 1 or 2 in advance. So that's how you're going to phrase it. You're going to say, due to the inconsistency, I probably spelled that wrong, so whatever. Due to the inconsistency of last year with all the shutdowns, I encourage you to book 2 appointments in advance. I encourage you to book 2 appointments in advance. And then you're going to put the benefit to make sure you are staying on top of, and we'll just put blank because it just depends on what you do. So for me, waxing, I would say, due to the inconsistency of last year with all the shutdowns, I encourage you to book 2 wax appointments in advance to make sure that you are staying on top of damaging the hair cycles or damaging the hair follicles or getting everything consistent with your hair cycles. So you would pick what it would work. Do you sell your waxing? I do not. So I just use Cerapill. And then I use some other brands that I talk about in the Set Up Your Waxing book, but I do not sell it. One day, eventually, it's in the dream of doing it. But when I say it's in the dream, because usually when I say something is going to happen, you guys will see it right away. Like, oh, I'm gonna wholesale my pads. Start wholesaling pads. It's gonna be a while. That's like in the future. But I do trainings. So now again, if you are new, I do the whiteboard and it's backwards, obviously. Someone told me to look at this filter. I haven't looked at the filter yet. If somebody wants to DM me the filter, I'll be happy to take it, the information, and maybe use it, but you can just flip it. So I'll have you screenshot it right now and then I'll go through it. So screenshot it and then in your pictures, you can just flip it. So I'll leave this up for a little bit. And I'll go over it because it is small writing. So your first step, for those of you who just joined, we're talking about rebooking, how it's important to rebook your clients. You're basically throwing away money if you're not rebooking them. And then some of you say that you have trouble with the wording on how to rebook them or not knowing where to start. So I'm giving you an entire strategy. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm going to give you an entire strategy. I thought I would just give you 2 strategies, but I'm giving you one and I'm going to go into depth in it. So you're welcome. So it goes, first you're going to write an email. And if you don't have an email list, you're going to just do an email to every client or a text. And it'll be counted as a newsletter. You can just write it out in your email or you can go into Canva. Like I talked about, I show you how to use Canva in the mini course that's available right now. And you can make the newsletter in Canva. You can do it however you want. Just make sure you're sending out this email. And you're going to talk about the positive things that happen to you in your business. So say you didn't work that much, but you did work pretty often. You were able to stay open. Your business was able still to function. If you're like me, you started doing a lot more skin consultation calls. I do wax with me calls now, and you were able to do that. So, oh, you know what's interesting? You know, you asked Skin, I don't know if you're still in here, Skin Grinding 101. You asked, do you sell your waxing? And that's all I saw. But then when somebody else came in, it added, do you sell your waxing pads wholesale? That's interesting. So the reason why I didn't answer your question is because I didn't see it. I do sell them wholesale, and you weren't in here when I was talking about it. I now can wholesale pads to people out of the country. Just email me at 3bwaxing@gmail.com that you're interested in wholesaling, and then we'll get back to you on how the process works and stuff like that. So I've been wholesaling the pads this year. It started this year, and we've officially been able to do it out of the country. But yeah, so yeah, just email. That is interesting. So for those of you, if I didn't answer your question, it might be because I'm not seeing the whole thing. It just showed the rest of the question when the next person came in. That's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that, but hopefully you're still in here and you got the answer. All right, so we were on the positive things that are happening with your business. So you're going to talk about those. And then you're going to talk about your 2021 plans that will benefit your client. So maybe 2 or 3 things that you're excited for or you're looking forward to that your clients will benefit from. So like I said, if you did the intimate skincare class with Dr. Lashes Aesthetics, or if you wholesale the pads, like say you started wholesaling the pads, like Skin Grinding was talking about, and you would tell your clients, hey, I'm excited to be offering this, this, and this, or I'm excited to be offering the pads that have these, and these ingredients. A lot of you will benefit from it because of this. So you put that in there. Then you say, due to the inconsistency of last year with all the shutdowns, I encourage you to book 2 appointments in advance to make sure you are staying on top of. And then you're going to add whatever benefit there is for them rebooking. So you need to think of in terms of the client. Why is it beneficial? So if you do lashes, staying on top of your fills so they don't look crazy in between and look like W's. For those of you who do massage, you say staying on top of your massage to continue what we're working on with your joints or your results. I don't know that much about massage lingo. Like, I get them, but I don't know the lingo that well. And I haven't had mine in forever because I'm really not seeing people. I'm really quarantining. So that's the first email. Then we're going to talk about in the salon. In the salon, people think that selling in the salon, whether you're selling a product, another service, or you're rebooking, starts when you start the conversation about, oh, do you want to rebook? Mm-mm. It starts when that person is talking to you when they first come in. And in the beginning, when you first start doing these things, it doesn't feel natural. So it kind of feels like you're just always selling to the person. But you're not going to sound like that. Like, I don't sound like a salesperson when I'm talking to my clients. I'm not sounding like a salesperson now, but I'm selling to you, but I'm giving you a lot of information. See how it works? So rebooking in the salon. At some point in their service, before they end, so I'm going to put in the salon, when doing service, you need to mention how often the regular person gets the service. The second thing you need to mention is how often they need to get the service. And I'll talk about why. So if you want to screenshot it and then flip it, this is the time to do it. Y'all, this is a good live. I'm going to save this live. I won't make it a digital product. This will be my Christmas/New Year's gift to you. Because this is, I mean, you can make thousands of dollars after just getting this down. And you can do this every time you're in a slump of not rebooking. So, you're welcome. So you can screenshot it and then flip it. I know I keep moving around, sorry. Okay, so let's go into why. So you're in the salon, you're chilling, you're talking with them, and you need to mention how often a person gets their services. So in this whole example, it was somebody who has clients, but they're not rebooking them, right? It's somebody who, you know, their clients are pretty consistent, but they're not getting them to rebook. And just to be clear, there's so many different strategies out there that there's so many strategies out there in general. There's so many that I've done. This is just one of them. This is one way to do it. And I feel like this is a good way to do it if you really do struggle with the fear of rebooking. And I will recommend that you do it in sections. Like, you know, this is not, if you really have anxiety, then I wouldn't do this all, like start setting all this up tonight. I would just do one thing each week to get you towards your goal. And then I can always work with you doing pick my brain calls as well. So where are we at? Okay. So say you have a client that's consistently going to you. And they've been coming in, they're pretty consistent, but they don't always book. I would say, because I need to mention both of these, I would be like, you know, those people who come in for, let's do the Brazilian wax example. Those people who come in for a Brazilian wax every 3 weeks of my clients, whatever your number is, so whatever you notice, like everyone notices things differently, but this is what I say. I notice that people with coarse hair and are very sensitive to the pain do really well waxing every 3 weeks. I think you would do really well coming in every 4 weeks. Here's why. This is something you should think about. I can say it one more time if y'all need it one more time. One more again. Okay, I had a dance teacher who would say that in college. One more again, one more again. Okay. I would first say how often other people get this service. So I'd be like, I have noticed a benefit in those who get their lashes done y'all, I don't know the numbers for lashes, but this is all based off of what you know and what you find works well with your clientele, because everyone's clientele is different, and what you do to your clientele and their skin determines how often they need to come in, and then what you've seen in the past. It all is subjective because it's all based off of your experience. So I'll be like, I have noticed that people who come in for their lashes every week do really well because they always have a full look. I think you should come in this amount of time. Bada, bada, bada. Here's why. And do it based off of like what's going on in their life. Like if they're a very busy person, but they have a job where they always have to be on camera, and I'd be like, you would really benefit from coming in every week because you are on camera and it's important that you are looking good all the time. I can work with your schedule so that way we can make sure you get in and it's not too time consuming for you. Is this helpful? So y'all, because we got one more left. We got one more part left. Give me a 1 if this is helpful. The reason why you want to mention this before the end is because you're setting them up, right? Thank you for the 1, Skin with Brooklyn. You're setting them up so that it's the first time you do it, they're not shocked or like have to think about it, and you're not worried about rejection. So the email sets them up. You talking about in the salon sets them up. And then the last one's gonna end it. This middle part though, the second part we just went over, you may have to do it more than one time. I'm gonna put that, may have to do it more than one time. Because people need to hear things multiple times and think about it. Also, people just have things going on, whether it's their budget, they need to feel in control about it or whatever. But every time you can bring it up, but you're more likely to, the reason why I'm giving this strategy this way is because you emailed about it already. And if you say it in the salon, that's 2 times. So when you do rebook them, it's easy. And some of them, I have another thing I want to do. So I'm going to make this, y'all getting really the goal today because I'm also in a really good mood. I did some Palo Santo. Not did, like it's a drug. I put some Palo Santo on before I came on here. That's probably why. Also, I did a prayer and all that stuff. But, I'll make a note. So I'm going to give you 2 more things to do. I'm going to reset for those of you just joined or who were not here in the beginning. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. And so you remember, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. This timer is going to start going on and I will be cut off on Instagram, but I will come right back on if it does cut me off. I'm Becca. I'm a pro waxer, skin therapist, and licensed esthetician since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and products. I have my own product line, which has been sold in the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and Trinidad, and I do wholesale them to other estheticians. I have the acne and ingrown pads, and then the fruit enzyme pads, which the fruit enzyme pads are out of stock. For those of you who were not here during the announcements, I shipped out pads yesterday. I will ship out the next set of pads tomorrow. So I'm kind of doing a quick turnaround right now because it's the end of the year. I also help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, attract clients, and improve their waxing technique through my classes, courses, ebooks, and pick my brain calls. So if any of this stuff really resonates with you and you're like, oh my gosh, I need help with all this stuff, I can do one-on-one pick my brain calls, and the clients who do them weekly with me do really well. If you're like, this stuff is good, why should I listen to you? I have been the regional trainer for a large waxing franchise, so I used to teach this information. I was what their lead retailer, or a lot of places I've been to, worked at, I've been a lead retailer. And then I've been the lead esthetician and pro waxer at a high-end gym in Newport Beach, California. I'm also not originally from California. I specifically wanted to come here for a reason, because of the beauty industry here. Could learn a lot, and then when you learn from the best, you start becoming the best. Not, I think I am the best, but not saying that I'm the best, but like, y'all get it. If you would like to know when I go live about this kind of information, I'm finishing up this whole series for the end of the year. So I will be talking about this until Saturday, because all of December I talked about this, and I send ways to improve your income and increase your sales on the Salon Tea email list. It's not just also increasing your sales. And I feel like I do something different that most people, I haven't seen anyone do this, is that yes, I'm increasing your sales, but I'm getting behind the psychology of it. And I used to train people for this, right? And I still train people for this, but I used to do it for companies. So I've seen a lot of what gets people struggling. And so I know how to help them overcome it. Also, I've had to deal with this stuff. Like, I started waxing when I was in high school. I went to esthetician school. So I started at a young age learning this stuff and learning from other people and doing all this. So I know how to get over these humps. Like, right? So these things that are holding you back, like if you are having struggle in upselling, if you're having struggle in retailing, or if you're having struggle in rebooking, I know how to get over these humps. I've been through this, right? So that's what you enjoy. Say you're watching and you're like, you know what? I am just here to learn about waxing, to book you as my waxer, join the Wax Lounge. And then if you are interested in skincare information, improving your skin, doing a skin consultation with me, and then learning about ingredients, because I love to teach people about ingredients so they know how to find products on their own or find the best products for themselves, then you could join the lab. Those are all on Instagram at 3B Waxing. Click the link in the bio. The lab is there, the Salon Tea is there, and then the Waxing Lounge is there, and they're all free to join. I send out information on all of them. I send out when I go live before, and then I also, any specials or deals I have going on, I send there. January will be all about waxing. So for those of you who are like ready for some waxing information, I've been doing wax with me calls still. Like if you need help with waxing yourself at home, I've been doing those calls. I'm going to really be focusing in on that, and there will be some things. I think I'll be doing a special on wax with me calls. It may not be wax with me calls, maybe the like underarm wax video I made that I put on sale, but you'll want to be on the Wax Lounge to know about that. All right, so if you're just joining, today we're talking about rebooking. Also, one thing I want to mention before we finish up this strategy is that Friday is the last day to get the mini course for I believe it's $12.97. $12.97 versus $19.97. So that's a lot of money. It's like at least $500 savings. So you definitely want to get into it. I talked about it earlier, but you click the link in the bio. It's the first button, and it shows you how to set up your digital price sheets, working in Canva, setting up your booking system, working in Acuity, networking with other professionals through Instagram, online, and your salon suites. Following up, I give you the full strategy of following up, and then getting your clients to pay your prices. And this is all ways that you can attract clients and improve your income. And one thing I will say about this is that all of them are low cost, barely cost anything. It's just your time. And if you master all of them, you won't have to worry if you move or somewhere else, because you'll know how to get clients quickly. Okay. So we're finishing up our strategy for rebooking. I wonder if tomorrow I'll go into, I'm going to finish this, but I'm wondering if tomorrow I should go into like more in depth with this stuff, like the emails, like if you don't have your email list set up and how to do that. Like, or I'll talk about how I did it when I first started and stuff like that. Anyways, I'll think about it. Whatever. Okay, so the first one we have is email. Create the email newsletter. Second, mention how often a regular person gets the service that you're offering them, and then how often they need to get it. This is before the end of the service. Then, at the end of the rebooking part, this is the ad that some of you guys have found me through. You are going to want to say, what day would work best for your next appointment? We can put it in right now, or we can set it up right now. I usually, when I'm doing this in the salon, because I got to think about how I usually do it. I don't remember if I have them pay for, like, because my clients are so used to it now, they tell me when they're booking, like, they're already booked on the website, or they'll be like, okay, can we set up a time? Like, I'll be like, okay, bye. They're like, we can set it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot. So, do I do it after they pay? It's usually before they're paying. Like, what day would work best for you for your next appointment? We can set that up now. And then say they set that up, you can be like, we can set up another one in advance to go over, to make sure that you're staying on top of, and then whatever the benefits are you said in your email. Because if you're saying the same thing in your salon that you're saying in their email, then you're coming at them twice. I think I know what I'm going to do for tomorrow. I'm going to finish this thing. I have 4 things I want to give you. Tomorrow, we'll go over some best practices for the email. We'll also talk about more ways to bring it up in the salon. And also how to prep yourself for when they're coming to the salon. Because sometimes you got to mentally prep yourself for things, especially if you're struggling with it and you just are working on getting over it. You need to prep yourself. And then we'll go in more depth in this strategy. So this is the strategy. Some of you can use this and be good. And you're like, hey, I'm good. I don't need the rest of the strategy. I know how to do it from here. But some of you just need more help with me guiding you through it. And so we'll go in a little more depth. That's what the plan is, unless I change my mind. But that's the plan. So you're going to ask them what day, and if you're taking notes, you write it now. What day would work best for your next appointment? We can set it up right now. And if you're taking notes, highlight this, star it, because that's what you're going to ask all the time. And why this works is because, what is going on? The Amazon truck is like honking. The reason why this works well is because you're not asking, do you want to rebook? Because the answer is yes or no. You're asking, will this day work for you? I've always done this, but I did see something recently on, I don't know if it was TikTok or something, but they were like, the example was kind of, I don't know, I could be butchering up the example, but it was like, you don't ask somebody if they want a cup. You ask them, do they want a red or a blue cup or something like that. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I saw that, and because they were relating it to politics and something. But that's basically the psychology behind it. And I realized it was psychology behind this until like later on I learned about it, but it does work. So you give the option. And again, this strategy is just one of many. It's one of many that I've done. But there's a reason behind it. So you're bringing this up over and over again. The next thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do in the system, which it could really be at the top, but I thought of it later, so let's see. I kind of want to clean this up a little bit, so I could put it at the top. I'm gonna put it in the middle, right here. Even though it doesn't go there either. It's just, okay. We'll put it at the bottom, but this is something that you're going to do beforehand. Your booking system so it's at the bottom, but your booking system should have the option to let them do recurring appointments, and I would recommend setting a time so like you can't book me past 90 days. So you need to set that up. And then Acuity does that. So if you don't have Acuity, I recommend getting it. If you don't know how to use Acuity, get the mini course, and I go through a tutorial how to set it all up. But you want the option on your booking system where they can book you for multiple. Now, I'm going to tell you what some people say, and I'm going to tell you what I do and say. Some people say, well, make a discount for those who rebook. Do I think that's wrong? No. I say that is great. Have there been times where I've done a rebooking special? There has been certain instances where I have. Do I do that on the regular? Heck no. Heck no, I don't. Because I just don't feel like discounting my services. And I think that it's helping them to come in regularly. There are times where I've been like, I've done a package, and in a certain amount of time, they come consistently, it is discounted. But overall, I do not discount for rebooking. They need it. I need to be there. I still want to get paid my full amount. So I don't do it. If you're like, I want to do a discount, well, think about it. Just raise your prices a little bit so you're still getting paid the amount you want to get paid if you do the discount. But I just don't do it. Also, if you're really struggling with rebooking, do it without the discount so you can get used to getting in the habit of not having a discount, so that way you don't feel like you need to discount yourself every time you're trying to get someone to rebook. Because I don't want you to feel like you need to give an incentive, because the incentive is the benefits of working with you and being consistent. If somebody is consistently getting their facials, with you, they're going to see an improvement in their skin. It's helping them out. Now, sometimes you do have to do incentives, but I try to stay away from the discounting. Not that I haven't done it, I just don't prefer it. Any questions? I'm going to go over this board one more time. Or as my dance teacher would say, one more again. And I think tomorrow we will just go in deeper on some things with this email. I think that's what we'll do. Because we have tomorrow and then we have Friday. And I have a list of live topics that I have for this month. Let's see. Well, this is my coach's workbook that I did that writes out my list of topics to go over. Yeah, we'll go over that because the other ones I was thinking of going to, I could do on Friday, make money while in esthetician school. Today's was gain clients in casual conversations. I don't know if you guys want that one or me to just go fully into this some more. I mean, I have a whole bunch of them, but that was the ones I was going to do, is gain clients in casual conversations, or I could do make money while in esthetician school, or going further into this one. So it's up to you. Which actually it's up to me. So I'm going to say that I'll probably just go in depth in this one and then pick one of these live topics. One of these live topics to go over. And see, I get coach's information. This is my coach, King Ashley, and I filled out her worksheet so I can have it organized on what my live topics will be. Yeah, I'll just go into depth with this, maybe. I'm not getting feedback, so I'll figure it out. Okay, so write your email, talk about it in the salon, and in the salon, ask what day would work best for you for your next appointment, and then we can set it up right now, and then make sure your booking system has the option where they can book it multiple times. You can screenshot it and then flip it. If we do talk about tomorrow, I'll decide I'll figure it out. Because I didn't get any feedback from what you guys wanted. So I will decide. And it looks like Instagram doesn't stop you after an hour. So are there any questions? Also wearing the sweater I got from Faces by Itosh. She was on the show last week. The video is still up. I wasn't able to download it. I have to screen record if I want to put it on YouTube, but it is on Instagram at 3B Waxing. If you guys want to get your shirts from her or your sweatshirts. But yeah, if there's no questions, that was the full strategy I gave you. So that's going to make you money if you just stick to that strategy. Because then you're rebooking. And you don't really need to get new clients because you're just rebooking yours. And for 2021, your goal can be just rebooking your clients. And you'll notice a huge difference. Because sometimes if you just focus on one thing to do, then everything else will fall into place. So say those of you who purchase wholesale the pads and you have them in your salon, you're just gonna say, if you're having them rebook, they're seeing the pads more often than they would be. So it really isn't a effect. Like, what's that called? domino effect. So yeah, you can do other stuff, but just by having somebody come in and see you more, you can talk to them about other services more. They're getting familiar with your work more. They're liking your work more. So if they're liking their work more, they're gonna want to book more with you, and they're gonna trust you more. And then they're gonna want to get retail from you. Then they're gonna refer people from you. So rebooking is such a huge thing that if you can master it and get good at it, then everything else will fall into place. So if there's no questions, if you have questions but you don't want to ask them on here, or you missed the opportunity, you're watching the replay, then you can always do a pick my brain call. And thank you, Lizzie Ann, her 337. I don't know why I was going to say just 37. Thank you so much for the badge. Shout out to her. Thank you so much. What I was saying is, if you are like, you know what, I have a question on here and I don't really want to ask it on here, or you're watching the replay and you're like, I don't really, or I have questions, write them down and then do a pick my brain call with me, and we can go over them and give you a clear strategy. And then what I do really recommend is you do them consistently for a while, so that way you're held accountable. She said, you're welcome. Yeah, so I have seen that work so well for people. And then have your questions when you do the call, have them written out. The people who do have them written out and have specific questions helps a lot. I just met with somebody for an appointment and I wrote my questions in detail. So that way when we were talking over Zoom, I came to them with clear questions. Because if you come with me with clear questions, I can give you clear answers on what to do and what you're looking for and what your goals are. And so that's a good way. I may do a video on that at some point. Just like how to set yourself up, why you would need a pick my brain call, and how to set yourself up for one, and then how to set yourself up for success after them. Because I have gotten some feedback like, oh, I was doing so great, but I didn't stay on top of everything. And I'm like, well, you should just, the people who do book them back to back to back do really well. So this strategy, you can run with it. Tomorrow, I'm going to decide if I'll go into the email. If you would like me to go into the emails, I will. But I haven't gotten any feedback on that. I'll go into some important aspects of the newsletter email that you would send Saturday, beginning of January. And then I would go into some more things about rebooking in the salon. We could go over some scripts and some rebuttals, like when clients say this, how to say things back that are going towards the goal of having them rebook without being pushy. I don't know if you guys have ever, you probably have. We live in America. You've had people be pushy with selling you stuff or getting you a rebook, and that is just off-putting. And so that's why I give it in this way, because you don't want to be that person. Nobody wants to be that person that's just like pushing somebody or guilting somebody in. I'm not trying to guilt people into booking with me. I'm not trying to guilt people into doing a service with me or giving me money or any of that. And I want people to want to do it, and that, hey, I'm helping you out. So we can go over some things if you guys want, of when people say, oh, I have this, I have that, and ways to counteract that have helped me still book them, whether it be later or that day. And then we can always go into more ways to things to say at the end of rebooking them. But yeah, that is the show. Two very things that are important is, actually it's just the one. Everything's important, but the mini course is on sale until Friday. So get in if you are, because it will go to its regular price on the 1st. So if you missed it, then it's have a blessed evening. I will leave this up. This is going to stay up, and I will upload this one to YouTube, so it won't be one you have to pay for. This is a full strategy that should be paid for, but I'm leaving it up. It's my gift to you guys because it's the full thing. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow.